Hey guys, so a lot of people have made like how to fill out a character sheet or how to do this and how to do that, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different, put a new spin on things. So my first step, most people think, the first thing I should do is probably reach for my handy dandy player's handbook. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And then you think, surely, Night Hag, you might want to reach for a character sheet. No, don't do that either. The first thing that I do when I am making a character is to throw the handbook and the character sheet away. Because in this video, we're going to talk about how to make a character, not a character sheet. The primary and most important thing to consider is the setting you're going to walk into. So talk to your DM. Ask them questions. Try to get a feel for what's going on. They don't have to give away the plot that they're working on to tell you about their world. So as they're talking and explaining things out to you, or maybe you're reading a primer, or just a short introduction to the setting that you'll be in, try to find something that piques your interest. Something that you can draw upon and really connect with. For example, say they have a really heavy religious feel to their world. It plays a large part in the goings-on and the happenings. And say you're interested in it. Pick up on it. And then start morphing a character, just a base blank sheet of character, into something that would fit into that part of the world. Give them history and breathe life into them. So when I'm piecing together a character, I found this thing in the world, this generic moldable thing that I can cling on to. And I make that their background. I make that something that's been a part of them for a long time, that gives them grounding inside of this world. It gives them purchase, it gives them contacts in this world, people they might know. Things they might have interacted with before. You go through a typical game and there's some kind of check to see if you know about something. Well, make a character that might know something about this setting. Don't just say, well, would I know? Just be like, oh, hey, I know stuff about this. Let's roll a check. So this is kind of something that I do when I'm making a character. I throw out that book, I throw out the character sheet, and I think about a real person. How big and extraordinary do I want this person to feel, or do I want them to kind of feel supporty or background character in nature? You have quiet people, loud people, obnoxious people, evil people, good people. Like, it's whatever you want to do. It's define their characteristics, not their stats. I found that going through and working on the person themselves, that filling in those stats and having them be a representation of the character rather than min-maxing or something along those lines. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just not particularly good with it. So, yeah. But I digress. Basically, I find that you have a more rewarding experience even in a one-shot. Throw the idea of a campaign out the door. Let's talk about a one-shot premise. That if you can get that sense of being connected with your character in a one-shot, it becomes more rewarding, as if it had that campaign feel. That feel of, like, I've worked on this character. A lot of people don't like to put in a lot of effort for one-shot characters. You find a lot of people that are, like, the hour before the game scribbling mad on a piece of paper. I don't think you should do that. I think you should give yourself some time, allot yourself a couple minutes to really think about who you want to be in this world. And the reason this is important, it's not just, oh, just do it because. It's important because the more you know the character, the more you can improv character reactions. The more you can, gauge how interested or not interested this person would be in a given scenario. So they're not kind of flip-flopping back and forth between their stances on certain things while you're actually playing the character. It kind of goes the same for a DM. The more they know their world, the more effort that they've put into building it, the easier it is for them to improv situations that would come that players throw at them. So on your player standpoint, you're doing this as almost character study? Character study. That's what I call it, at least. Sometimes I base my characters off of, people in a movie or a TV show. And those things allow me to develop their voice in my head. It allows me to develop their mannerisms. Like, are they kind of showy and whirly with their hands? Do they have a certain drawl to their voice? Are they kind of lackadaisy or super serious? And doing these things and already having these things in your head and not just letting them develop as the game goes on gives you a more firm grasp on what's going on. You can concentrate more on the setting and less on what you think your character might be doing and kind of scrambling to come up with this RP on the spot, and more on developing the story, not your character while in the game. Because you're there in a game with other people. Unless you're playing a one-on-one with the DM, there are other people in this game with you. And the story isn't about you, and it isn't about them. It's about all of you and the story that's happening. Progressing the story, progressing the plot, and being able to enjoy something that your DM has brought to you. The one thing that I can't stand seeing in games is a flip-flopping character. Somebody who's good this day and bad that day, or kind of in the middle somewhere and, down the week. And it's just like, I don't like seeing that. I like to see somebody who has a solid character foundation. Not on a piece of paper, but up here. And the stats are great. The background stuff that they have in the book is great. Flaws and whatnot, but you kind of start getting cookie cutter with those things. I would recommend, as I've been saying throughout the entire video, is to really think about your character before you even touch the book or the sheet. And that's it. So I hope you guys got something good from this. I just want to do a short little video about how to make a character and not a character sheet.